Renzo gang, how y'all doing? You already know what time it is. Another death battle. This one, oh yeah, you see it. Yeah. Sega, Nintendo versus Sega. The faces of Nintendo and Sega. You got the death battle between Mario versus Sonic the Hedgehog. Renzo game. Thought this was a game. This ain't a game. Now, I have always been a Sonic fan. Just because I'm wearing red, I'm not a Mario. Well, I like Mario too, don't get me wrong, but I've always been a Sonic fan. Sega was one of the first, game systems I've had. Sega, PlayStation 1, and Nintendo. You know. I don't know. I've just always liked Sonic better than Mario. I always have. You see my shirt? No cap. To be honest with you, I don't know why I just always like Sonic better than Mario. I always have. Don't No shade to Mario. I like Mario too. But I just always like Sonic better. But that don't matter, Renzo game. This ain't about what I like. It's about y'all enjoying this content. Yeah, because y'all love them death battles. Like I said, I'm gonna give you what you want. And we are here to see who wins the ultimate death battle between Mario and Sonic. Nintendo versus Sega. That being said, Renzo gang, let's get it. And I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank God for y'all. Thank you, Almighty Father God. Thank you to the Father and the Son in heaven, the highest of highs. Thank y'all. Let's get it.
Their rivalry is legendary. Their fame, unmatched. This battle has gone on for nearly 3 decades, but today it finally comes to an end.
Mario, Nintendo's whimsical Italian turtle crusher.
And Sonic the Hedgehog, Sega's specialist of speed.
Time to find out if Sega really does what Nintendo don't.
For this bout, we'll be using the same rules Death Fellas had for the past 3 years. Most importantly, the original video games will be our primary source for analysis.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Plumber, carpenter, doctor. Mario has worn many hats throughout his life, but he always does so as a hero.
Except for that time he tortured an animal, but no one really talks about that.
Born as one of the 7 star children possessing an extraordinary amount of power,
and extra horrible crying fits,
Mario was assuredly destined for greatness.
Then him and his little bro Luigi wound up in New Donk City, where he spent his days throwing shit at monkeys and, fixing toilets. Not exactly the great heroic destiny I was expecting, but hey, at least his girlfriend was smoking.
But everything changed after a chance meeting with Princess Peach Toadstool. Her Mushroom Kingdom had been conquered by Bowser, the tyrannical king of the Koopas, and her only hope of rescue lay in the hands of the Mario Brothers.
And Mario had all the power he needed to take the Turtle Terror down. He's super tough, super quick, and really, really strong. He can jump several times his own height, smash tanks to bits with his butt, and toss Bowser around as if he's a featherweight.
So long, Bowser.
Needless to say, the Mushroom Kingdom was in good hands.
So was the princess.
Now, one thing I do like about Mario is when he be talking away, and it's so funny how you sound. Let's go. Bro.
Even gave Mario a piece of her cake. If you know what I'm saying. Get in there, buddy. You deserve it all. Oh, come on. It's an actual cake. That's good too, I guess.
And if his strength doesn't cut it, Mario has plenty of extra weapons and powers on hand.
He can already shatter brick with his bare fists, but when he needs the power to break down the toughest walls, he busts out the Ultra Hammer. Sounds like a wrestling move Lou Albano would have used back in the day. Rest in peace, Kevin.
Forged by 2 master blacksmiths, the Ultra Hammer, combined with Mario's mighty swing, can break through practically any material.
And he's got a ton of awesome power-ups, like that spicy fire flower.
Actually, while Mario used to need this flower, he has since learned how to use pyrokinesis without it.
Well, the ice flower lets him freeze enemies, the Lucky Bell turns him into a kitty cat, and the super mushroom gives him a power boost and increases his size. Ha! I bet the princess likes that one.
With his frog suit, his swimming ability increases dramatically. With the double cherry, he can create clones of himself with no power decrease. With the stopwatch, he can freeze time. With the cape feather or the wing cap, he can soar to new heights. And with the Starman or Rainbow Star, he becomes totally invincible. For a short time.
And with the gold flower, he never has to work another day in his life, cause he's got an infinite supply of money. Made of people.
While he can carry several power-ups at once, Mario doesn't always need them to prove his potential.
He's quick enough to maneuver when transformed into a bolt of lightning, and skilled enough to pilot the Star Diver as it rockets through the atmosphere. He's so friggin' manly, he took an explosion to the face that wrecked an entire castle. And even better, he was standing in the middle of this.
Based on a standard tennis court's measurements, we can determine the blast of this fireball covered a radius of over 2,000 feet. To reach this distance, the blast must have had an explosive yield of over 2.4 megatons.
So what you're saying is Mario could totally play tennis with a nuclear warhead for a ball and be totally fine.
Probably. Also, he can throw a baseball so fast it overloaded this speed gun, implying it was launched over 999 miles per hour. In the Mario World cartoon, he hurled a dinosaur out of orbit. Assuming this creature is of similar size and weight to a Tyrannosaurus Rex, this feat would require a force of over 135 tons of TNT.
Wait, Wiz, I thought you said we're only using the games.
Any official material counts so long as it's supported by the games, otherwise we'd be ignoring a huge majority of the character's history. Take a look at this chain chomp. It's actually made up of solid gold. Gold is ridiculously heavy. While 1 cubic foot of iron weighs 491 pounds, a cubic foot of gold is over 1,200 pounds. Luckily, a chain chomp is a perfect sphere, so we can compare it to Mario's height to find that it weighs nearly 6,000 tons.
Wait, did he just leave it in that hole? Cash it in, Mario! That thing's worth $366 billion!
That's actually correct.
Well, yeah, that guy on TV who always wants my gold told me.
This isn't even Mario's most impressive feat. At one point, he lifted an entire fortress and punted it through the air.
He does the same thing in the manga, and it's pretty on par with the strength he's shown against Bowser, who's survived collapsing castles multiple times.
Since this presentation makes the castle's size difficult to determine, we measured the entire interior based on maps from the game. By scaling these measurements to the castle's smaller avatar, and conservatively assuming a limestone composition, we've determined the castle must weigh more than 61 million tons.
And he just kicked it away like it was a freaking soccer ball.
Given the distance it was kicked, Mario must have exerted a force of around 3.5 megatons of TNT. Do you realize what this means? Mario's foot is 231 times more powerful than the atomic bomb that dropped on Hiroshima.
Now seems like a good time for a beer. Or 12.
Honestly, Mario's absurd strength shouldn't be as surprising as you'd think. While he's fairly naive and not much of a strategist, he's saved the Mushroom Kingdom from Bowser's clawed grip time and time again. And the Koopa King is tough enough to survive a dip in the sun, or even a black hole.
Don't underestimate Nintendo's powerful plumber.
Here we go!
Somewhere out there, on a strange alternate version of
here's
Earth,
my boy right
humans
here.
coexist with anthropomorphic animals. But this world has been assailed over and over by the vile Dr. Ivo Robotnik, otherwise known as Eggman.
Why the heck does he need such a dumb alias when he's already got a name as cool sounding as Robotnik?
But hope persisted. Whenever the Eggman hatched a scheme, one did not have to wait.
When I first started with the Sonic franchise, I've always known him as Robotnik. Then later on, that's when they started calling him Dr. Eggman, but Robotnik, Dr. Robotnik.
Long for a certain blue streak to speed by. This was Sonic the Hedgehog.
He's the fastest thing alive!
He's the fastest thing alive!
While Sonic has a superhuman physique overall, speed is his speciality. In fact, superhuman speed is a natural trait for the anthropomorphic hedgehog, though Sonic's abilities are far superior to his kin.
Wait a minute, all hedgehogs have super speed? That doesn't make any sense.
Wow.
Well, real hedgehogs are also nocturnal, not blue, and when they try to make friends with foxes, they get eaten. So I don't think Sega cares.
Alright then, to stop Eggman from turning all his animal pals into batteries, Sonic cranked up that speed and weaponized it. He can crush his enemies with the spin attack, strike multiple times with the homing attack, go 0 to Sonic Boom instantly with the super peel out, and plow through hordes of badniks with the spin dash. Holy crap! I think this guy would just like vomit all the time.
He's also used a number of power-ups throughout his adventures, including elemental shields. The Aqua Shield is especially useful as it
love
grants him an
Aqua Shield.
incredibly high bouncing jump and protection against his greatest nemesis.
Robotnik?
No, water.
Seriously, Sonic, buddy, learn to swim already and save our ears from that nightmare music.
I used to hate hearing that. Every time I get in the water, I hate that. And then it'd be taking a while for the little bubble to, in the water before you you can breathe. Oh, I used to hate that so much. Woo!
The blue hedgehog can also gain
Boy,
abilities
they
from
get on
small
my
alien
nerves.
beings called wisps.
They can turn him into a fireball, a yellow drill, a black hole, a
Like a
bunch
Super
of
Saiyan.
stuff really, even a demonic hungry hippo.
But before we delve any further, there is something vital which we need to discuss. It's time to figure out Sonic's speed.
Oh boy, here we go.
While he has boasted that he is faster than light, Sonic has yet to prove this
ain't
in
touching
canon
Flash,
without
bro.
the aid of
Sorry.
additional equipment or power-ups.
You ain't
Oh
touching
yeah, like
Flash.
when he connects to a trail of rings. But you can't take his bragging too seriously. He's still got some of that radical 90s attitude.
I'm out of here.
The highest official description of Sonic's speed labels him as hypersonic, or somewhere between Mach 5 and Mach 10. This actually isn't too far-fetched. The game Sonic Unleashed records his speed, and he can reach a maximum around 3,500, SPD.
Sonic, he's got an STD. Sonic, it burns when he pees.
Assuming SPD translates to metric meters,
chill.
given the game's Japanese development, that puts Sonic's top speed over 7,872 miles per hour. Over 10 times the speed of sound, and just over the official hypersonic description.
So, is that it?
Well, it's possible, no, likely, that he's faster. In TV shows closely tied to the games, Sonic has dodged meteors, did this with a 10,000 frame per second camera, and even outran lightning. All of which implies that he can move and react around 200 to 300 times the speed of sound.
How about that one time he caught up to a cyan wisp? He said that thing's almost as fast as him, even without its laser mode.
That's right, the laser is a power it grants Sonic, not itself. Still, wisps are incredibly fast. At one point, a group of them flew from Earth's surface to a black hole in orbit in the 20 seconds Sonic and Tails were talking. By measuring the planet's curve here, we can find that the Wisp aliens must have been moving around Mach 200. As Sonic is faster than them, this supports his cartoon feats.
Why isn't that black hole sucking up the Earth? That's what they do, right?
It's more like a pseudo-black hole fueled by hyper-go-on
Pretty
energy.
much.
Yeah! If I didn't know better, I'd swear you just made those words up.
Its presence near Sonic does emulate that of a singularity, and Sonic actually outran its pull for 30 seconds. Due to chaotic accretion, black holes pull non-orbiting mass inward at 30% the speed of light. Sonic's clearly pushing his running speed to its limit here, or else the black hole wouldn't have pulled him in.
Facts.
With this in mind, it's entirely possible that, without additional support, Sonic's maximum possible running speed must be around 200 million miles per hour.
That's insane! The fastest man-made object in real life was the New Horizons space probe, which took off at more than 36,000 miles per hour.
It took 9 years for this probe to reach Pluto, but with Sonic's speed, he could make this same trip to Pluto in less than 24 hours.
While we're tracking speed, I've always wondered how fast I can chug a beer. Start the clock, Wiz!
That's insane.
Are you gonna start?
I'm already done.
Moving on, even with this unbelievable speed, Sonic has far more power hidden up his sleeves.
He doesn't wear a shirt.
He can achieve the form of Supersonic by absorbing an enormous
Sir.
amount of positive energy from the 7 legendary Chaos
Super
Emeralds.
Saiyan.
In this mode, he can teleport large objects, survive planet-level explosions, launch energy attacks, and fly near the speed of light.
But guess what? This isn't even his final form.
After the Emeralds received a boost from the Master Emerald, Sonic could achieve his ultimate state of being, Hypersonic.
He's got all the abilities of Supersonic, plus total invincibility, and a
never
hyper flash
actually
that insta-kills everything around him.
got me
Oh,
to the
and he's
hypersonic.
definitely faster than light now.
Unfortunately, good things don't last forever. Without a steady supply of rings, these super forms can't even stick around for a full minute.
Sonic has resisted mind control from the Overmind, survived re-entry from orbit, and blasted apart a mountain. This would need more than 200 tons of TNT to pull off. And while fighting his evil RoboCopy Metal Sonic, they shattered this enormous stalactite. Holy shit, just look at the size of it!
By comparing it to the buildings in this city and applying the density of granite, the most common rock in continental crust, we found that this stalactite must weigh almost 47 million tons, which means a break like this would need a force of almost 200 kilotons of TNT.
Damn! He's definitely got what it takes to save the world from a madman scientist, even if he is kind of a dick.
Scientist.
Well, Sonic may be a bit arrogant, and he's
boy.
certainly a thrill seeker, but at his best, he's
That
the
robot
definition of
get
honest
my
and heroic.
nerves.
He's used his powers to defeat Eggman time and time again, even against
Time and time
gigantic
again,
death
I
machines
gotta
and
turn around
cataclysmic
too.
events.
Those cute and cuddly forest critters can rest easy when Sonic's gotta go fast.
I'll show you how outclassed you really are.
I'm in a class all my own. Time to put up or shut up, Infinite.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, all this talk of Eggman's got me hungry. For Blue Apron!
Death battle, let's get it. Even though I don't think Sonic's gonna win, I got Sonic. Even though I don't think he's gonna win.
Hello? That's a mine.
Finders keepers, pal.
Whoa!
You asked for it, Tubby.
Let's go.
You're too slow. Come here.
I mean, like, so no, Sonic
Oh, give me a break.
You know what to do, Sonic. You know what to do. Beat the rings off of Sonic.
Now I'll show you.
Yeah, see, you messed up, Sonic. You went to that too early. You went to that too early, Sonic. Too early. Yeah, Mario definitely got this. Hate to admit it.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, mamma mia!
I forgot he used to say that too. Here we go.
Mamma mia! So long, Davidson! Woohoo! I'm the winner!
Whoa! How did
I'm
that
sorry,
happen? I know Nintendo won
I
the
like
console
Sonic
wars,
better than
but
Mario,
I really
but,
seem
I
to
mean, I
remember
already knew
Sonic
Sonic
having
was
this
gonna
one in
lose.
the bag.
I'm sure
I already
Sonic
knew
could
Sonic
have
was
won in
losing.
specific circumstances, but more times than not, Mario takes
already
the
knew that
victory.
was gonna
Keep in
happen.
mind this analysis was done with a focus on the games and their closely tied media, excluding alternate contrary sources like the Archie comics or the Mario Brothers movie, where Mario and Sonic are essentially entirely different characters from their gaming counterparts.
Sonic
Yeah.
had speed in the bag, obviously, but Mario was way too tough for him.
Their top strength
Way
feats
too
paint this
tough.
picture very, very clearly.
But I know what you're thinking. What good is Mario's strength if he couldn't even hit the blue blur? He's way too fast, right?
Yes and no. While Mario obviously couldn't match Sonic's relativistic top-running speeds, he's moved efficiently as a bolt of electricity and piloted the Star Diver. Based on our calculations, this puts him at the same level as Sonic's own reactionary feats. Since Mario was tough enough to tank almost anything Sonic could throw at him, it was only a matter of time before he tagged the blue blur with a deadly blow.
But what about chaos control? Couldn't Sonic just stop time and take care of things? What?
It's heavily implied he knows how to, but Sonic has never actually used the time stop ability in canon. Even then, Mario's stopwatch does the same thing, putting them on equal footing.
Ah, don't do that! Where's my wallet?
Actually, most of Mario and Sonic's power-ups countered each other in this way. Mario even had plenty of options for defending against Sonic's invincible super forms. But Mario also had a
Yeah.
much wider variety
just
of
had
power-ups,
more-
offering
he had
multiple
more
ways to
tools,
overpower Sonic. For example, he could have frozen Sonic solid,
Ah!
or even turned him into gold. His arsenal would always outlast Sonic's because he's been shown to carry more of them on his person.
Oh, God!
He just had
Oh,
more
I've seen things.
to him than Sonic
But
did.
even
It
then,
is what it
Mario's
is.
durability blew Sonic's out of the water. Even if we assume the 200 kiloton stalactite feat was entirely Sonic's doing, Mario survived an explosion that was 12 times more powerful. Simply put, Sonic didn't have a lot of viable options that could take Mario down for good.
I always knew Sonic was
Yeah, that
impressive,
is true.
but Mario is just ridiculous. Probably that mustache.
Sonic was obviously incredibly fast, but he couldn't compete with Mario's superior strength, durability, and varied arsenal.
He got
Yeah,
Mario.
that is true.
After 100 episodes, you still can't think of a good pun?
No, but now they can see me do this. Ah, check it out, Wiz.
The winner is Mario.
Mario. Okay, Renzo gang, we have officially seen who is the master, who is the ultimate, Mario or Sonic. And Mario beat Sonic. Now, I grew up on Sonic before I grew up on Mario, even though Mario came out before Sonic. I'm a 94 baby, so, you know, I only play what was given to me. And I just always like Sonic better than Mario. It is what it is. Now, when it comes to the Smash Bros, Smash Bros, I used to be a dog in that game. I used to be a dog in that game. Depending on like what character I would use, I used to be a dog in that game. Star Fox, Link, even the new people like, for example, now, if you got Kirby, you probably could get me with Kirby. I could not stand fighting against Kirby. I hated Kirby. Pikachu, Mario, I get Mario. But let me get my boys Star Fox and Link. Nobody touching me. You feel me? Even the one with when you got Sonic on there and you got Solid Snake on there. Beast. But anyway, Mario is the winner of the death battle. I hope you guys have enjoyed this death battle. And if you guys want to see some more death battles, I can dig some more up. And if you want to see more of my reactions to the death battles, because I know you guys love them, hit the description down below. And in the description, it will have my playlist of my death battles. Just click that, go over there and watch those. I did a lot of death battles. So if you want to see death battles that you may not have seen that I've already done, just hit the description. It's in the description down below. Click on that playlist. Take you right to it. And it's there. Because I did a lot of those. So with that being said, Renzo gang, I'll see y'all next time. Hit that like button. Share. Subscribe. Become a part of the Renzo gang. Yeah. You feel me? I love y'all. I'll see y'all next time.